Okay. Now, the inattentive subtype, let's come back to this. That's probably going to, well, for sure, it's going to be moved out of the category, disruptive behavioral disturbances, okay? You have conduct disorder, oppositional disorder, ADHD. It's going to be completely moved to a different section because these kids don't have behavioral problems at all, okay? And it's probably going to be called ADD, Attention Deficit Disorder. Now, it's very different. First off, they're not impulsive. And actually, as a group, these kids tend to be on the other end of the spectrum. They are cautious, they're timid, they're behaviorally kind of constricted, they tend to be a little bit obsessional. And so let me show you, give you an example here. Okay, let's say third grade, and the teacher says, okay, what's 3 times 9? And the kid goes, well, okay, Johnny, what is it? What was the question? Okay, now that's impulsivity, okay, which is acting before thinking, okay? Now, have another kid. What's 3 times 9? Okay, what is it? 27. Okay. That's not impulsivity. That's being smart. These kids, you know, what's 3 times 9? And here's what goes on. Okay, wait a minute. I know the answer. Okay, 27. Okay. Well, no, wait a minute. Am I sure? You know, I mean, I don't want to make a fool of myself. But you see what I'm saying? They are behaviorally constricted. They're anxious. And it's not just that kind of stuff in school. Just when it comes to behavior, they don't show this lack of judgment and impulsivity and that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's really different. They're hypoactive. Now, there was a ton of research done, and especially back in the 70s, a lot of really kind of somewhat clever, some actually kind of funny research done with ADHD. And in one study, what they did is they had these chairs they installed motion detectors on, and they had kids that were identified, you know, as being hyperactive and then having this kind of thing. Well, hyperactive kids, it's just like off the chart, you know, they can't sit still. And you got all these normal kids, you know, but these kids actually move less. They literally move less, okay? Another study is like my favorite study, again from the 70s, they looked at baseball behavior in ADHD, okay? And what they found, this is a little digression, but what they found, they identified which kids had ADHD, and then they had, you know, people watching them play, and they were, you know, rating their behavior and stuff like this. ADHD kids, first off, invariably, what position they play? The outfield, right? Okay. Secondly, what they found is ADHD kids, by and large, their glove spent more time on their head, on the ground, or in the air than it did on their hand. And that's probably no surprise. Oh, wait a minute, there's a ball over there. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, and actually, and they showed that if you treat them with stimulus, their performance improves dramatically. You know? So, performance-enhancing drugs for little leaguers. All right. The neurobiology is different. They have true attentional problems. And the very bad news here is there really is not a good medication for treating this. You know, when I give talks to lay audiences, this is the question where I have to give the most disappointing answer of all. Yeah, well, but how do you treat these kids? And what happens is that many times they are tried on stimulants, okay? Now, probably 20% of them that are tried on stimulants will show a little bit of improvement, okay? And actually, if you give stimulants to anybody, unless you're schizophrenic, your attention is going to be improved. If you took some Ritalin this morning, your ability to attend would be better also, okay? It just happens for everybody. But for most of them, the results are not anywhere near what you get with ADHD. ADHD, properly diagnosed, give them stimulants, and within an hour, they're a different person. I mean, it's just robust effects. But most of these kids, it doesn't work, and it just makes them jittery. So it's absolutely okay to do a trial on stimulants, but the outcomes are not very good, unfortunately.